Welcome back to the StarLadder CIS RMR Closed Qualifiers. My name's Dingo, joined by Hawker for this one, and we're hopping right into our third map of the day. The series has gone all the way to Nuke, and I didn't expect this coming out of Mirage, Alex, but that overpass performance from both teams was just so fun to watch, and it's Nemiga that managed to pick up the mantle and find themselves a win.
Yeah, and that means it's our first three-mapper on the mainstream, which is awesome to see. I think getting it in the winner's game is really nice too, because we were a bit concerned. We both said ahead of this game, we thought it might be the 2-0. We thought we were probably right once we saw the first map, but Nemiga did a great job at battling back. I think MDS has obviously been a real standout, but we saw Lollipop showing up on that second map, which we were calling for after that slow start on Mirage. So all in all, lots of positive signs for Nemiga. And now the question is, Dinko, do you think they can do it? Do you think they can come through and get it on Nuke?
You know, based on what I've seen from them, I actually feel like they have a really good chance. You know, when you look at the performance over on the second map, it was much better than the first. It was a completely different team on the second map versus what was performing on the first map, right? You have much more individuals showing up, and I think they even have a little bit more room for improvement because MDS, yes, had a lot of important rounds in the first half, and in the second started to pick it up a little bit as well, but it felt like Lollipop was getting much better. He was someone we didn't even really mention over on Mirage, so if he's performing well, you have Box having some big rounds as well. I feel like they've got much more to get excited about going into Nuke. I could definitely see a world in which Nemiga win this map, but I am going to fear for Entropiq, so I think just overall they are the better team, but right now Nemiga are putting up a really good fight to at least make it a real test here on this third map, and I'm expecting quite a similar performance to Overpass, where it's like very close, right? Just very closely contested right up until the end. And if you are just tuning in and wondering what this match means, this means that one of these teams, the victor of Nuke, will head on to the main event. So there's a lot on the line for both of these teams right now.
Definitely a lot to play for here for both of them. As you said, both have some RMR points in their back pocket, but you have to make it to that main event to get more of those, because all your teams around you, all the teams you're competing with, are probably going to increase their points. So you have to at least make it to the event to give yourself that chance. And I think both of these teams should be able to do that, even if they don't win in this winners matchup. There are two teams from each group that go through, and both of these guys should be favorites if they go back down and lose this game. But right now, for Entropiq, I think they would have been expecting to win this group, to be honest. You know, they have played Nemiga recently, and they beat them 2-0. So they would be expecting to come through here and really show us what they're made of. And hopefully they have done their prep time for Nuke, because there's always a real possibility in any series you're going to go into that third map.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really ever seen them struggle, so this is why we get to see Entropiq, you know, when they're really tested, how deep can they go, where can they go with this. But we're hopping right into the action. Of course, you can take a look at the video again, and take a look at what we got. We got a permaban of Ancient, so we get to a third map, Alex, but still no Ancient. That's still, we're still looking for that. But it will be Nuke up next, and as we said, if you are just tuning in, Mirage is quite a one-sided affair for Entropiq. It was a 16-4 victory for them, and Nemiga did not show up at all. Overpass just played out. It was incredible back and forth. And Alex, I do want to sort of just pick your brain before we get into this match. What are we going to be looking for here on Nuke? Who are the standout players, and what are we going to be expecting?
I think you can definitely keep your eye on the AWPers always on Nuke. Just controlling Yard can be so important, and I've seen Idis Balance do it at times. When he was playing on Spirit, sometimes he would play down Secret, he would play even in those vents, and he would really control that area of the map well. So if your AWPer can do that, you take away a big weapon from your opponents when you're playing on that CT side. And then I also think Box is another guy to watch for, just because I know he can go for a lot of those pushes through door, a lot of those vent dives early, a lot of those early aggressive plays, and those are something else that can help undo that CT side.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that, and we're just a few moments away from getting into our third map. We are currently running 2 simultaneous streams here on the main stream. We'll continue to watch this matchup. It'll be second best of 3 a little bit later on, the other winners bracket. If you want to watch the elimination matches, they're going to be carried out over on the secondary stream, which will be StarLadders_CS_U and 2. So just add a 2 for your URL above. You will find yourself on the B stream. That's Cody and, of course, Danny taking through those matchups for the rest of the day. And there's some good matches over there as well. But if you're a smart person, you would stick around here on the A stream, Hawker, because we've got plenty more action coming up. And as you've just so perfectly highlighted, there is so much to look forward to on Nuke. And if you think you can do a better job than us on the commentary desk, you could head over to the community caster section, go to StarLadder.com, and you can sign up to be a community caster. It's open to all to commentate, and it's actually a really good chance to get involved and cast some good Counter-Strike matches. And I feel like those opportunities, there's fewer options now available to newer casters, so take every single one you can do. Obviously, this is how Hawk and I started, so definitely go ahead and do that. But we're going to jump back into things and just kind of consider what could happen here for Entropiq. Obviously, we've seen a little bit of a misstep, I think, from Crad in some scenarios over there, and overpassing, and a few missed opportunities, a few lines being flooded. And it wasn't just him, a few more of the players just had these little missed opportunities. I don't know so much if we can read into that or if that's going to be sustainable going into the third map. Those are mainly the issues I had when it came to the CT side of Entropiq over there. Was the fact that we're just not maybe getting as many kills as they should on the initial hordes, or some of these flanking positions or some of these strong areas they didn't really perform from. That can't really afford to happen heading into Nuke here, Alex. And I don't think we're going to get as many opportunities because Nuke isn't like Overpass. You're going to see a lot of these positions being lost, a lot of these wide angles being taken, a lot of flanks coming in. It's going to be much more predictable in terms of those outside executes. That is probably the only area of the map where you can lose track of a player in some of these lurks. So we should be seeing a more structured style of play here over on Nuke.
I think so too, and especially considering Nuke is now pretty much the most played map in the pro level. Everyone's going to have a decent understanding of it, and it is therefore a good third map decider for both of these teams. Entropiq should still be our favorites, but with Nemiga's form on Overpass, who the hell knows if the favorites even mean anything here. We've got the early aggression, and Lackey trying to take his silencer off at the wrong time. Minus balance coming in early.
Disbalance down low early. He's got himself a double kill, and it's a fantastic start to the pistol round. Lollipop getting involved as well. 3 kills. That was so damn quick. That's a massacre in from Nemiga. Pistol round picked up, and beautiful stuff to start off Nuke.
Wow, just so fast, Nemiga. They love doing that on the pistol rounds too. We've seen it throughout the series so far. They love the T-side pistols to just be fast plays, getting into the early fights, getting into the early aggression where the clock can just run and gun. That's exactly what ends up happening here. And Entropiq on the back foot once again.
We've seen Entropiq throughout this qualifier be able to win rounds like this, though, so definitely don't count them out. They can win on these deagles. They're so incredible on the hand cannons. So Nemiga definitely need to respect it to some extent. They have gone quite early on to the rifles. Box has pulled out the MAC-10. The only SMG in play. It's a real quiet one here at the start of this one. Just waiting for some aggression, finally given to them. And here comes the attack out. It's the Deagle of Krat getting a double kill. Fantastic stuff from Krat. He goes back in for a 3K, but he cannot find it. He cannot line up his third, but Elian has got involved. Somehow we're down to a 2v2, Alex, and both of the T players are low in HP.
Oh man, this could be a really fun start to Nuke. Fun if you're Entropiq, maybe not so fun if you're Nemiga and you lose this one. Gonna go ahead and cut the noise. Try and put the pressure on the CTs, but Nickelback lives up to the pressure. Insta headshot. Didn't even need to be a headshot on the low health player, but Nickelback gets himself some extra style points. Now iDisbalance is seeing if he can sneak his way down low. I think he's realized it's quite likely the CTs would be sticking together, so he decides to take the risk of going B. It's going to get in the bomb plant at least, but not an easy post plant.
iDisbalance, good headshot, Elian down, and a 1v1. iDisbalance, he started off the pistol well, and now we're looking to continue it into the second round. A 3K needed out of him. Nickelback on high HP, spots out his opponent, playing with a smoke. He's got cover, he has to use the bomb though, and that time is ticking. The kill comes in, Nickelback wins the fight. He gets onto the bomb, and Entropiq, they will go ahead and find victory. It's Crad that started it with the deagle. It's Nickelback who finishes it, and that's what I'm saying, Alex. Entropiq have that possibility in their back pocket. They can pull these force fire rounds out, and Nemiga, it's heartbreaking for them, but it's something they've just got to stomach.
And I've got to say, I have been really thoroughly impressed by Nickelback here today. He doesn't get most of the kills for the team. That shot is ridiculous, though. Oh my god, I didn't realize it was that quick of a flick onto the right side of the box. But I really think Nickelback's kills when he's getting them have just been having a lot of it to these spots. You can see the sort of spots he's playing as an anchor player sometimes. They've been working out really well. And what is not working for Nemiga is the position they're in right now. They've not got much to work with. Oh boy, this could be absolute slaughter. Or it could be a trade.
Well, yeah, it could be the 1-for-1 trade, and that's exactly what's just happened. Nickelback has come over towards ramp. He was landing some nasty shots over there in the previous round, but in this one, nothing found for him, so it is crabbing him. Rotation down. He's been able to find the head of Vitus Balance, and he's looking for another victim, but Nemiga have actually decided they're going to go and try and wrap around Heaven from the ladder, and this might just work out for them.
Oh, Nickelback ahead of the game. Goes back to watch yard. Spots Lollipop. They try and wrap back in, but Nickelback can just go back and forth between these angles all day long. And Crag comes in to help out. Entropiq, the ones getting off to an early lead then. Not what we were expecting after Nemiga won the pistol, but they've got a chance to right the ship now on the Nemiga side with these AKs. I don't think AKs have ever really been used to right a ship in real life, but Counter-Strike, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, it's a world that doesn't make sense a lot of the time, but somehow it does. 2-1, round 4. Forrester has one of the nicest knives, dude. He has the little slaughter skeleton knife. Him and Crad were always two players, I think, who started picking up the skeleton knife way before anybody else.
Trendsetters.
Yeah, man. They're the trendsetters. You ever set a trend, Alex? The full Mario?
I set the SG trend, mate. That was all me.
That's true. Actually, I forgot about that.
It was all me. Everyone copied me.
Yeah, man. He had like 14,000 kills before anybody even picked up the gun. Well, Lollipop getting himself a headshot on the Nickelback, and that does open up an opening into the flying in below. Looks up, only gets one. It's these multi-kills aren't coming through for Entropiq. They pick it out very quickly. And MDS spot Crad. Elian, oh, he's spotted as well. Just brilliant round here for Nemiga. Every single kill from Lollipop.
Ooh, Blackie caught out by MDS, who comes through with 2 of his own to close it out. This is looking like a really back and forth game already. I can feel it, Dinko. I can feel it in my fingers. I can feel it in my toes. I can feel it in my nose. I don't know what I'm saying, so I'm gonna move. Entropiq will be buying. Oh.
Never mind.
No, we're not going with it.
Never mind.
We've seen a lot of Mag 7s, which I'm going to be honest, I still don't understand.
That's only because you're bad with Alex, right? You never really tasted.
I mean, so Edward bought it the other day, and he didn't do much with it, did he?
Yeah, but he was trying to. But he couldn't really quite master the understanding of how much ammo was in the Mag 7.
True.
I think that's an Edward issue and not so much a Mag 7 issue. We actually are seeing it quite a bit. I think it's okay here on Nuke, especially in these close quarter angles, right? When you're playing with pop pod, or you're playing in these tight angles, especially on the CT side. Like you said, you can choose your positions very wisely. You can choose your angles, and that's where in these kind of rounds you can make a lot of bank, and you can definitely get a lot of kills with it. And they've dropped the bomb in the garage, so this round looks pretty much done, to be honest.
Oh, Lollipop. Oh man, these timings are so weird. Yeah, okay, looks like he has now been spotted. And he may just be flanked here if he's not careful. Flash coming in, spots Elian, spots another player, but they're distracting the entire time to make sure that even the Mag 7 can get that kill in from behind. What a round from Entropiq, just out of nowhere. The AWP and the rifle do everything they needed to shut down Yard.
Good stuff from Nickelback. Yet again.
He's been really good.
Yeah, he's just been so solid. You know, a lot of those rounds, you talked about it a little bit earlier on, the fact that there was sort of a mini comeback coming in from Entropiq over an overpass. In his final few rounds, they put up a bit of a fight, and it was really Nickelback who was overperforming a lot of those late round B hits. So, yeah, we said a lot of good rounds, especially here at the start of the Nuke. So, you know, excited to see if that continues. Lollipop, he's got no sleeve at all, so You know, you see these people adding sleeves in so they can swipe quickly on their mouse pad. And Lollipop just rocks no sleeve. That's the new meta.
That's a
That's the
dangerous game,
trendsetter.
though, man. Like, what if you go to a LAN and it's really cold? You're just suddenly going to put a sleeve on, and then all of a sudden your whole arm movement is slightly off Dinko.
Now, then you just go with the freakazoid mantra, right? You just only play well in the summer.
Okay.
Cloud9.
One way of going about it. Oh, vent drop early. Crad unable to deny it. Good bit of nade damage, but I don't know if you want to follow Jo down. Oh, well, Crad seems like he wants to, and he is clearly smarter than I am.
Doesn't take much, but I suppose you can go with that one. Forster, he's going to be picked out. And a 4v5, and that advantage for Nemiga as Nickelback peers over the top of heaven. And, well, just like the all-seeing father finds himself a double. He's aware of everything. Nickelback on 14 HP, though, needs to be careful because he's not immortal. And, in fact, will die if he jumps off the top of heaven.
They've got the man advantage for this retake. Smoke plopped down to try and lurk out. Fox playing below it while Crad looks for an unexpected angle. Oh, MDS goes for the fight, but it goes against him. And now the two players trapped on the site are in trouble. Nothing they can do. Crad swings in for the final frag. Well taken retake from Entropiq.
Yeah, Krad's had a lot of these lurk positions. You'll see that quite a bit of him just sort of scouring the landscape, just figuring out what timings are available to him, what opportunities he has in front of him. And, you know, good job there from Krad to be able to capitalize off of that opportunity. Round 7 up, though, and it is going to be Nemiga on 2 rounds. Not exactly the best start for them, especially with no money in this one. So Entropiq likely to take 5 at the beginning of the defensive half. If you remember back to Overpass, Nemiga actually got off to a pretty hot start. You would like to see that coming again for them, but it hasn't really been looking so hot for them to trot, even though Lollipop is wearing a tank top. Obviously, not hot enough for him.
Yeah, if it was too hot, he might melt, to be honest, being a Lollipop, so maybe a good thing.
That's where you have to hope he's not an ice Lollipop, right? He's
Sure, yeah.
He's what do you call those? Hard-boiled? Yeah, hard-boiled sweets.
Smoked down by Alien. He's been playing with that AWP in the vents quite frequently. Quite a hard position to play effectively with that AWP and get multiple kills. See if he keeps on going there as the game goes on. He's now gone to Secret, which is a much better chance for him to get a kill or two, but forced to fall back, realizing Nemiga were already pushed up on Yard. Didn't want to take that risk of losing that sniper, especially safe in the knowledge that Nemiga only have the Deegs here.
And they go back with a good kill. It's MDS that's fallen. Well, 40 seconds left. Nemiga hasn't really got a whole lot to play with, haven't really done a whole lot in the round, and now likely going to be picked off piece by piece as Krad gets involved in the late round. Jo taken out of play. Good kill on Itis Balance, and Box be packaged up and sent off to the next round. He's out of that. Entropiq up to 5, and we head into the next one with Nemiga finally having a little bit of cash to play with. But it's not the most amount of money, right? They will certainly lack a few pieces of utility across a couple of these players, so they will be quite heavy-centric on just getting these frags in early. I'll be interested to see what Nemiga have in store for us on the T side here. They are starting to really hit crunch time, especially in this early first quarter of the game, right? You've got to really show us something that you're going to be able to compete in these first couple of rounds, and maybe a quicker play on the cards here.
Flashes over, Krad is fully blind, and Forrester can't help him. They've got a fast flank, but Itis Balance is ready for it. Really nice play to have this man sitting in the back lines, and Entropiq have been systematically destroyed in this round.
Systems are down. Nemiga, nice quick play. That's exactly the kind of round you need, though. Just like a little bit of an adrenaline shot, just really get back into the game. Just a quick play, top site rush, get those important kills. Everybody hits their shots, and you can't really complain about that. L-Line, the last remaining player, is kind of holding on for a couple of these exits, desperately trying to have a white knuckle grip of this AWP, but he's forced back. The flash allowed him to run into the wall, and he didn't get anything from it. So 5-3, Nemiga, a much-needed round win. A good turn in pace as well. We'll see if that's sustainable or whether or not they'll go back to something a little slower in this round.
I think it was the right time for it. As you were saying, they needed something just to get them going. But you can't just go for A rushes every round, right? You've got to assume eventually. You can. It's, I don't know, it might work out. Oh, they might do it again, you know. Prove me wrong.
Like, screw you, Hawker. Screw you, Hawker. We're going to do it anyway. And there they go. Jim.io with the opening headshot. Lollipop following up as well. Oh, they've done it. What the hell? It just worked perfectly for them. Well, I guess, you know, just run it twice. Twice is nice.
They'd never do it 3 rounds in a row, though. Never did go. Surely not.
Especially because the money's now gone for Entropiq. So doing that would probably lose them the round. But I do like it, though. It's like just they're immediately within touching distance of tying up the scoreline based on 2 A rushes.
Yeah, I have to think that Entropiq will be having that in the back of their mind as this half plays on. I assume we will start to see just a lot of utility early onto A, more mollies into Hut. That round, they even tried a slightly different setup where they kind of doubled up on the Hut position because they saw that rush from the previous round was mainly through Hut. But if your opponents are landing headshots like that, it can actually still be quite hard to hold. Ideally, you'd like to have done a bit of molly damage or nade damage early so that you can also one-shot them, but if you just get one-shotted, it's pretty hard to hold that down. You really want to just buy time and allow your teammates to rotate.
Oh, Nemiga have gone for attack timeout here, so that would be, you know, what would be really interesting. You know, what would be next level, Alex? They call attack timeout to make their opponents think, okay, they're not going to A rush again. They're thinking about something here. They're coming up with something, and then they just rush A again. Now, if that happens, I'm gonna be a big fan. And he's got his iPhone or some other phone, you know, got other phones are available, filming the stream right now. I like this. It's like vertical camera.
That is a disgusting keyboard angle, though. My God, that looks
Beautiful.
painful.
This glass is magic, Alex. It's got more stuff in it.
It keeps refilling itself.
I've never seen him drink from it.
Amazing.
Maybe he just inhales it as he plays.
He's just drinking mid-round, man. Oh my God, are they doing it? Are they doing it?
Oh my God, they're gonna go for it, Alex. The A rush again. This time slowed by the utility. Good early util coming in from Entropiq to slow this attack, and unfortunately not gonna be seeing that straight up rush, but they've got box in towards main. This might actually be a prong to the approach. They're not running full here on the defensive side. Krad has to look away, gets the double kill. Actually only 1 for Krad, but luckily runs to the Hut. He's run out of ammo. He's got the kill finally. So much happening in towards the A side, but Krad, what? What is that from Krad? That is disgusting.
The AWP for Balance couldn't do that. He couldn't even kill Krad who was running at him, and then he just lines up the 2-for-1.
He's got bandy bullets.
Boy.
Bandy bullets.
This is like a Call of Duty round, man.
Look at this. What?
Oh my God.
It went through the silo, did it? Oh my God. Unbelievable.
Krad's just running around, having a lovely time with the MP9, with the AWP.
That's rad, man.
That looks like the kind of play you would just make in a pub, not a pro game.
Oh, Alien not too far off getting that shot towards the outside play, but absolute crazy antics there from Krad. You cannot complain about that. That is unbelievable. But as we get into round 11, no kills yet. Krad is being chucked down to 23, and finally this A hit's kind of been called off. They're not going for it anymore, Hawker. Krad says no.
They're going to boost Krad back up with that low health. Try and be in a little hidey hole. Maybe he can get the drop on a player with that low health. So now that we're getting some slower rounds from Nemiga, let's see if they have a way into them. Or maybe they do just go for the A-pop again. They've used the utility early from the CTs. Might be hard to hold this now.
Yeah, you gotta really rely on the crossfire between Krad and Forrester here, and we know they're capable of pulling that off, but definitely will come down to big fault flashes out of them. In fact, they've actually just got down into the lower site, straight through the vent, down into the B-bomb site, wrapping in from Decon. They've also got one player at door, but Lackey has just taken a 3K, and the bomb is down as well. JYO let alone spotted from the rafters. They know where the last player is. They cannot do anything about it. And JO taking a headshot on Forrester, 18 seconds left. All Entropiq need to do now is just stay alive. And Crag can just keep JO up here on the upper bomb site. He realizes the round is done, and Lackey is to thank for that. 3 kills. Didn't get to see any of them, but it just seemed like that whole decon push just got destroyed immediately by one player, and he didn't even take a point of damage, so must have been in an angle they just weren't waiting for, or weren't ready for.
Yeah, I think so. Everyone's swinging, and as you said, no one looking at this. We're all looking at the player who was pushed in by the molly into ramp, which you can kind of understand. You think you can get that player dead, but then there's one more waiting for you around the corner. So Entropiq, 7-4 up. Doing a pretty good job so far on Nuke, and we've got to give them credit for bouncing back here after losing their own map pick. They've had to fight through adversity, and Elian, again, has been a bit quiet here, but finally starting to assert some dominance over towards Yard, getting a nice early kill.
Oh, MDS. Good shot. Decapitated, and Elian's going to drop back through the Molotov, through the fire and flames into spawn. .4v4. That's round 12, and JO's just changed that with Crad walking down the ladder. JO's ready for that kill, so 4v3 now with Nemiga in the driver's seat.
Lollipop's already clearing this B site with his boys. Should get that bomb down any second, and I assume Entropiq are too far away to do anything about this. Save call already being made. Good work from Nemiga, and just shows the value of getting that one snappy headshot into ramp, getting that one nice fast kill, like MDS just did there. It may only show up as one on the stats, but it's really what opened the door for them to win that round comfortably.
Feels like a real brawl right now on the server, at least. And that's very exciting because it means that we are in the situation where we are going to get a game that's pretty similar to Overpass, where both teams are really battling it out to the very end. And up until the last round, it really did feel like it could have gone in, right? Nemiga got themselves up to that match point first, but then Entropiq started coming back into things over and Overpass. So, you know, that game, if it was played a couple times over, who knows who the victor would be. So I'm glad we're going to get to see a Nuke matchup of a similar vein right here. Round 13 starts with an aid towards door from Lollipop. Molotov into main, and Elian, he is holding for the cross, but that Molotov double molly, in fact, really blurs his vision. He can't really see too well over the top of those, so instead tries to smoke it off and go aggressive, but he's been held back by flashes. Good utility from both sides. Kind of brought this round to a stalemate at the beginning.
Oh, Crad has spotted them over the top of the smoke. Laying on top of Hut, gives him that line of sight. Seemed to get him that kill. Elian's coming dangerously close on some of these wallbang attempts, but he's tried so many, he has to reload. Oh, he could be in some trouble if he's not careful. Decides to fall back to the bomb site. Nemiga have forced a hefty rotation into this A site right now, but they're still sticking around. Little do they know there are a lot of C waiting for them. Lollipop sneaking down vents, though. This could be a crazy play. The entire team seems to be following him.
Smoke off to the double door. Lackey just chilling out behind Silo. Here comes the attack to the double window. 39 seconds left. He shut down so many attacks here before, and he's done it again. 2 kills in the exact same position. And Idis Balance has got in below the box. Bomb up on the rafters. Lackey gets a little more comfortable, and this time goes down to Idis Balance. Over 25 seconds, the chances of winning the round are slim, and MDS, he has been the clutch god so far. He has to do it again, but this one... What?! One tap on a Nickelback, and now the bomb can be picked up, but still 10 seconds. Still unlikely. Surely unlikely. Door closed, open again. MDS getting damage in, but not enough for the kill. Oh, MDS. I'm never counting you out again. That's just, he doesn't win the round, but still, so flashy. It's just the capability that he has is unbelievable.
Yeah, it was scary, for sure. Entropiq still hold on, though. That was pretty impressive from Entropiq, considering Nemiga got into fairly good positions down towards that site. Entropiq reacted quite well to get back into the right places, to be able to shut that one down. And still not able to do too much with this AWP towards Yard. Nickelback deciding to rotate down the vents because of that, plugging the gap over at Secret. A lot of nades used early by Nemiga, though. They only really have a couple of flashes left to work with.
Forrester, good aim. Oh, it's chunking it as well. Crad again from the top of the HUD, able to get one out, but very quickly. Now they know Crad. Good pre-fire, good headshot, but unable to get the second. And Lollipop's able to get the bomb planted. 3v3. As Idis Balance looks around for his victims, the bomb will start to tick away. And this is why Nemiga are now in a favorable position. And Idis Balance from the arm. He's got the shot up, but not enough for the kill. Ellie and Lackey have come in with a double in between them in tandem. And now Box in a 1v3. Post plant up from heaven. Time ticking on the bomb. Now it just needs to deny. And can he do it is the question. We know he's capable. The timing, and that's certainly what come into play. He's got one, drops down, tries to pull him off the defuse, and he's done it so well. He isolates every single fight, and Box has done it. The 1v3 post plant, and a 6th round for Nemiga.
Wow, the Galil gets it, and Box realized that that player could still be on the bomb, could be trying to sneak the defuse, even after, which some players might not do there, but it ends up being the right call. Peeking out, making sure to get that kill just in time. Excellent play in the clutch from Box, and that could be a huge swing round because it could give Nemiga a 7th round at the half and put them right back in the running in this game.
Oh, Idis Balance. A kill on the Nickelback. Oh, this has been a game so far. This first half has delivered quite a lot of action. Lackey being burnt down. Oh, being burnt down to an absolute crisp. Box has barbecued him. That's quite a weird noise coming off that nade, but lands in towards the A site. Nemiga really taking their time, respecting what Entropiq have got right now. Waiting for another mistake before the rest of the squad now start to gather, and they should be aware this A play is about to come in, but can they do anything about it? Everybody's lips in. Forrester and Crad, they certainly can do something. They turn it into a 2v2, and Crad, he's going to be sitting back in towards HUD. It's now just Elliot up on top. He's got his way out from heaven to find 7 in hand. Can he find the angle? Can he find the unsuspecting players? He gets his chances, but not taken. And it's Lollipop with the headshot. A 7th round for Nemiga. What a fantastic half out of both teams.
Yeah, quite a lot of emphasis on that A-bomb site. A lot of scrappy rounds because of it, where you just have players running out from all the different angles, trying to overwhelm the bomb site itself. Just a similar round towards the end there too, but now that we're switching sides, we'll see if Entropiq have the same approach on their T side, or whether they have a bit more that they want to go for in their playbook.
Good outside take so far from Entropiq. They've actually got pretty much everybody over here fighting a long range against the USPs. This is the P250, and they'll come out on top. The T side now have an opening to wrap around Hell up into the Heaven area. And Jo, he's been quiet so far, but he has a chance here. Get in behind them, but he has to be aware of the shadow drop of 2 players, and MBS is going to line up both of them. Good shots off for the USP. And he's going to turn back, but overwhelmed. Too many players, too many angles, and not enough kills coming in. Lollipop left alone. Oh, clean little tap out onto the head of Elian. Open the door and swing it open. Drop down the vent and try and fake them out. But they've committed to the B site. It would be smart to go down that way.
Down he goes. Here in the bomb plant. Trying to get as close as he can. The door is closed. He swings it open. Nickelback is dealt with, but Forrester's still in above. And Lollipop, well, now he knows.
Oh.
Where's the kill? Forrester can't find it. Both players out of ammo. Reload for either of them. Lollipop running around, but finally, Forrester delivers the kill that he probably should have delivered a lot sooner.
Yeah, that was a little labor right there from Forrester. It took way too long to get that kill, and maybe even a chance to... How long did Lollipop get given to try and figure out where he's being shot from? But this from MDS was filth, right? Just both headshots. Lollipop hit some nice shots himself, just not enough for the round win, unfortunately. But not the cleanest of rounds from Entropiq, but effective in getting the round win. 9-7. They've got an 8K47 in the hands of Ellie, and the rest on Galil's and Mac 10. And well, Nemiga, they got themselves a pretty decent force buy. 2 MP9s, a scout, a couple of deagles in there. This is definitely a round you can win if you're over on Nemiga.
Certainly doable. To be ready to stop this secret play, though. Aki will start to clear some of these angles. Smoke will deny that from happening, though. No more utility for Nemiga at this point. So it is down to the crossfires, down to the players holding their respective positions. Ollie makes life awkward for Jo. He's in a sneaky spot here. Sometimes this goes overlooked. Oh, but the player in from Hut is going to get that all-important kill. And even though MDS has been great so far, he's got a lot to do here. Long-range fight, not a favorable one.
Well, the bomb plant starts to come through. MDS will hear it, but nothing he can do about it. He's helpless, and now he's dead. 10-7 for Entropiq. They win out against the force bite, and they reach double figures first here on Nuke. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're currently on the third map of our decider matchup here at the StarLadder CIS RMR closed qualifier. The winner's bracket will find ourselves a team that will go on to the main event, and the loser will find themselves battling it out in the decider matchup for that final spot available in this group. So definitely a lot on the line for both teams. You want to get it as quickly as possible, especially because when you get down to that lower bracket or that decider matchup, you never really know what sort of performance is going to come out from your opponent. So it's better to try and get it as quickly as possible, even though you probably would favor either of these teams, no matter who they go up against in that lower bracket. You still don't really know how it's going to play out, especially in the CIS region. So you want to get it as quickly as possible. Oh, there we go. He's drinking from it. He's drinking from it.
Eventually, we got to see it.
Yeah, don't smoke. Just drink some coffee. Here we are.
Nice little glance at the scoreboard. Poor Nickelback has 9 assists, so that means he has 99 ADR.
We've all been there. We've all had those games where every single shot is just not a headshot.
He's been doing a good bit of damage for his team, though. And having a good bit of impact. Here we go, back into the action. Fortunately, back into a round where Nemiga don't have a great deal to utilize. Just some pistols, 1 or 2 brought up into this round.
Nice nade.
Okay, and a team nade will help them out slightly, I suppose.
Trying to blast pack himself forward. Oh, now that is a good nade. That'll certainly help things.
Alien clearing these corners, or holding the corner for now. Oh, it's a Zeus play from Midas Balance.
Oh, here we go. He's got it.
And he's got it.
Nice little Zeus kill coming out of Belly, and there's Nickelback now trying to step up for the rest of the T side, but somehow, some way, we're in a 2v2 right now, and the Deagles are still alive and still potent. And they've got a Galil in the hands of Lollipop. We've seen what the Galil can do today already. We know what he's capable of. And now Elligan and Crad They've got to make sure that they get this nightmare scenario into a round win for Entropiq. You can't afford to lose these kind of rounds. Oh, the timing. Oh, the timing. It's absolutely heartbreaking for Jo. Luckily, Lollipop's down here to try and figure out some solution into the 1v2, but he's spotted by Elian, and nothing comes of the 2v2 for Nemiga, unfortunately. But that's nearly a close round there for Entropiq.
Yeah, Nemiga still showing signs of life, which is the important thing. I think that's not a bad outcome from the round, just showing that you can be competitive even when you've got barely anything. Certainly a good sign going into their gun round, where they will have full rifles available to them in the next one. Got another timeout here. It looks like it. I think both teams are starting to realize just how much we are getting down to crunch time right now, especially from Nemiga's perspective, being down a couple of rounds. Can't afford to make many mistakes in the upcoming couple of rounds here.
Double up setup for Nemiga. MDS and iDisbalance have got to show us something here. This could be the turning of the tides for the Nemiga side in defense. To find themselves some success with these AWPs, that could certainly make things a little more difficult for Entropiq. It's being used up. And it will be Lackey walking his way towards outside. Smoke out to allow safe passage down in towards the secret stairway. MDS just hopping up on top of the back box, looking down in towards the ramp room, but nothing being spotted right now. No one giving away any early opportunities nor fights here for either side at the beginning of this round. We're under a minute left and no one has seen anything. But here comes the play on the A side.
1-for-1 trade initially. Lollipop waiting in the wings. Close corner, which can be a difficult one to clear. Entropiq have slowed it down completely though. And that could keep Nemiga second guessing, especially as they see Lackey towards yard. Here comes Lollipop though, getting the info he needs. Double kill and the bomb dropped, but finally Nickelback comes in for the refrag, and it's the two AWPs left alive for the 2v2.
Yeah, this becomes much more difficult. These are not the situations you want to find yourselves in with a double off, because retaking a site with this weapon becomes very difficult indeed. But iDisbalance, with the distraction of the death of his teammate, has allowed for an opportunity to get up through the vent, but they know where he is now. They've baited out that shot, they've pulled out the information, they've extracted everything they want, and now they will extract their round win. iDisbalance now just under pressure, being toyed with, being baited to take the shots. Worried about the potential flank, but should be aware of the second player there now, diving down into the site, looking for the peek and no scope. Okay, that is exactly the round you want out of iDisbalance, and that is finally the burst of hero play we need from him.
Entropiq weren't entirely sure how they wanted to play it on the bomb site. They go for a double peek initially, but it gives iDisbalance that chance to get that first shot and to get away safely. And then into the 1v1, iDisbalance has the chance to run it onto the site. And sure, you could say it's a bit unfortunate for Entropiq that he hits the no-scope, but at that close range, there's a pretty decent chance that's going to happen to you. Just the reaction from iDisbalance is all he needs. Got to give props to Lollipop too for putting them in this position in the first place. But there was that first shot where Lackey's jumping back to the site as his teammate fights. They're unable to work together, and iDisbalance makes them pay.
It's kind of incredible how, you know, we did talk about iDisbalance. You want to see more out of him, and he's finally delivered here on Nuke, right? That's the kind of round you need out of a star player, and that's what he can bring when he shows up. It has given Nemiga a much-needed lifeline, because if they lose that, right, they're down 12-7, starting to really look like Entropiq are taking control of the economy game. most likely the entire game at that point. But with that little lifeline tossed out to them, they still stand a chance. It's not the prettiest of buys coming into this one, so they would like to pick this one up as well. Nice opening coming in from Box, right through the smoke. Lackey pulled out of play. Not the star you would like for Entropiq.
No, you really want to bounce right back here after losing out in that opening pick and losing that last round. Here comes the auto shotty. Long range, early kill. Krat is able to trade. Took some damage in the process, though. The shotgun not doing too badly for itself. Rotators arrive down to B. MDS has had a really good series, shown us what he can do with the SMGs at times too, and he's got an early headshot. Beautifully played, even upgrades to an AK for his troubles.
Yeah, he has been very, very good at using that UMP, so fantastic to see him come out on top again and upgrade it swiftly to the AK. Elliot and Forrester in a 2v4 situation, and this round is looking all but done unless a hero play comes out of either of those two players right now. Money on the line for both teams, but certainly looking like Entropiq will be hitting the bin first. 11-9, and then a comeback certainly on here for Nemiga. As they start to walk out through Decon door and look for their opponents across the board, and Utility starting to dive in, a flashbang keeping Elliot at bay, goes to the bomb plant, a little further forward. It's Forrester that gets caught from the window, and now it's Elliot in a 1v4 needed. Trying to top of the box, wants the second play while he's up there taking his first, but Lollipop also spotted him. So the spam comes in, and he's able to pick it up. 11-9, an important round win there for Nemiga, and also something you can't really afford to miss out is, Alex, they kept most of their players alive, right? And in such a situation where you're trying to build the economy, keeping as many players alive as possible is very important on the CT side.
From Entropiq's perspective, they may feel like they let that economy game sort of slip away from them by losing that previous round and now not coming close in this one because they themselves have to go down to the lower investment. This is a lot of adversity, and I think this is where we'll get to see what sort of team they are going to be in this qualifier. Can they bounce back from that? Can they dig deep? Because Nemiga are pushing them to the limits here, and got to give so much credit to Nemiga, considering the way this series started for them. They lost so one-sidedly on their map pick, yet they came back on Overpass. They showed us what they could do. MDS has been the standout player throughout the series, but now we're starting to see the other players show up. We're seeing the Lollipop we were expecting. I said at the start of today, Lollipop is probably going to have to be one of the best players on the server to give Nemiga this win. Finally, he's delivering that. He's second highest fragger on the server right now. IDIS balance coming through with big impact. His AWP has been good here. He's finally started to keep up with Alien. And as soon as these things start to come in for Nemiga, they make it a really close game.
I'm so glad that this Nemiga showed up today, because that first map performance, if you remember back hours ago, over on Mirage was basically non-existent. That wasn't Nemiga on the server, that was something else, right? They had not warmed up, the players weren't all ready. I don't know what was going on, but they warmed up throughout the rest of the series. They're here to play, and we've got ourselves a good game heading into the last few of this final map. And it's Entropiq, who are down to just pistols here, saving as much money as possible. And over for Nemiga, I mean, they are going for a pretty similar buy. You know, J.O.'s still down on that XM. He managed to get something out of it in the previous round. Why not go for it again here? Especially up against pistols is where it can work out for them. Name of the game in this trial is just to try and get a bomb plant if you're Entropiq, right? Just get in towards that A site, use the flashes for the skylights, get the smokes down, try and get a bomb plant out of this, Alex.
Yeah, it's likely to either be a moneymaker for Entropiq with the bomb plant, or potentially a moneymaker for Nemiga, as you pointed out, with that auto shotgun having a decent chance of doing some work. Let's see, though. The nades are at the ready. Alien's got this jump flash thrown over the top, making it harder to dodge, but the counter molly is deadly. And Box has already got a kill with the M4. Now you've got no nades. MDS even putting some bullets into the smoke. He's committing to the fight here. Perhaps an AK could be stolen. Guidance Balance is here to help his teammate out. Finally, Elian finds a kill, but that's all they're going to get.
Yeah, they're pretty aware that, you know, when you initially you stop that hold, if there's a team trying to get in towards the A site, if you stop that attack, you immediately know the most likely response is those players who are trying to get into A will then start to funnel back into the ramp room. So you can see how ready they are with the rotation down at the open to hell, the advanced stance, the rifler just holding for the smoke rush. So good round overall there for Nemiga. But here comes the buy here from Entropiq. They were always going to be able to get this. Utility, they've got AKs and they opt back out for Elian. This is where it really does become a test for Nemiga. A real challenge begins again.
It will be tested in this round. Olipop, here's that player on the ladder. He's got this shotgun right behind him. He's going to swing to see if he can spot that man out, but they're going to hear this aggression. Nickelback doesn't know where to look, though. He needs his teammates to come help him, and Lollipop is going to try and get away safely, but Elian finally gets the trade they were looking for. Back to a 3v3, but a lot of damage done, and now another kill for Nemiga.
The health points certainly favoring them as well. It's Entropiq down low on Elian, and he's out of play. But he's just Forrester left alone. Nearly gets caught there, walking back. He gets back in towards lobby. Can Forrester really win this round? Is there a real chance for him here in this scenario? And likely not to be, as Box is ready for him. And it's 11-11. We're tied up again. It could be Nemiga heading through to the main event straight away in the first spot here at the closed qualifier. For both of these teams, they're not facing elimination. They will have another match, another chance to get to the main event, but you definitely want to get through at this point. You want to try and get through in the first go. We all thought it would be Entropiq. Everybody would have thought that, but Nemiga, they are pulling things back. And here on Nuke, they are getting closer and closer to victory lane right now.
Yeah, they've been running rampant, honestly, in the last few rounds. None of them have really been that close. That round there, 3 survived for Nemiga. Forrester's got down the vents early, but they're not going to allow him into the B site too easily. They're going to try and pressure into ramp instead. This could work because MDS and Box trying to stick side by side, but it is a bit uncomfortable for them right now. And because of that uncomfortable aspect, they're going to try and push ramp themselves, and they've got the bomb hand delivered to them. Forrester, fluffing his lines, finally gets the kill, and we're instantly into a 2v2.
This is not a good situation to be in for either of the teams, right? Because you just want to be able to feel a little bit more comfortable. But it's right now, it's looking good for Entropiq, especially with that kill of Nickelback. And now Box is holding the bomb. But there's still 2 players that he's got to find here. And they're going to come hunting for that bomb very shortly. And Box is going to be the defender, trying to hold on. 45 seconds to do so. So tension certainly will start to build for Box. Questioning the whereabouts of every possible player here. Is the one behind him? Are they both coming from the same position? Will they split upon his crosshair? It's a very difficult situation for Box to figure out how to play this. He's going to try and isolate some fights, and the timing to go back and check the B site has just worked out to be terrible as they're able to pick up the bomb, but at least he'll be able to stay alive. And they might just come into him, so it might work out for Box here. They're pulling out the nades. The double kill from Box. It actually works out perfectly. The 4K from Box. He gets around the corner. He comes back in. They're setting up utility, and Box is able to get 2 kills. A much-needed round win there for Nemiga, and Box is the hero.
Wow, they're still going. They're in the lead, Nemiga. 5 rounds in a row. Box makes the proactive play onto both players, making sure that he takes the fight to them. And Nemiga is still going strong here, Dinko. So impressive that they've been able to get to this point. But Entropiq are always a team that are going to be in contention. Early nades thrown, Idis Balance pulls back. Nickelback's going to drop down from above, but Box is 1 step ahead of him. Thankfully, Lackey's got his back for the trade, and early pressure being put on the CTs.
1-for-1 trade coming in early. Lackey's got his way down into the lower site. Straight down the secret stairs, putting pressure into the B site itself. No one really spotting him, no one really taking note of his whereabouts. It will be MBS who will be tasked with holding down the ramp room, and here comes the cavalry through the back area, right into his crosshair. MBS tested, but unable to get more than one. But getting the one is certainly good enough right now. Keeps it even, 3v3, 55 seconds now in play. As the smoke at decon begins to bloom, and the pop down into the B site has already concluded. The plant is in. Elliot doubles up with his teammate, his rifle support out to his left side, and oh, he gets the right peek up into the vent as well. Lollipop pulled out of play. Truth is being tied up the scoreline. Lackey certainly tried to help that fact, but it's not coming in. It's Jo hunting down his second player, his second piece of prey. The round continues to fall and falter for Nemiga. They've got no chance now at this point. The time ticking. Jo low in HP, and two players playing vertically puts it impossible task in front of Jo to try and figure out how he's going to win that. So, round done, tied up again. And the win streak of rounds has come to an end here for Nemiga as Entropiq tie up the scoreline 12 apiece.
I think Entropiq needed that just for their mentality more than anything at this point. Just getting a round win, even if it is a close one, even if it is one that Nemiga absolutely could have won themselves. Just getting that one round win could hopefully push them on, especially considering Nemiga themselves are on the verge of being broken in terms of their economy. So this is Entropiq's chance. Despite this game feeling like it's slipping away from them, they could get back in control right here and now. Disbalance doesn't want to let that happen, but he misses the mark early. Krad survives on 1 health. A little bit of luck going the way of Entropiq, but that could be the key kill they need to open up the round for them.
The Lackey's going to get down into a secret stairs. He's putting pressure down into the lower side. Forrester holding off the ramp, or should I say lobby aggression. MBS to the broken window. Shattering sound allows him to try and peek down towards side, but Lollipop quick on the trigger. Snappy reactions, but 3 snappy kills for Entropiq. It's Box who's left alone. He's got to fight his way out of this one, and it's not looking likely. It's Entropiq who will be taking the lead, 13-12, and you do start to worry about Nemiga here, because this round for Entropiq is found at a very crucial point in the game, and that does put the economy of Nemiga into question. So Entropiq might have just found themselves the right move at the right time, and it's crumbling down for Nemiga if they're not careful.
Yeah, this game has just been teetering on a knife's edge for the last couple of rounds for either side. I think Nemiga have been pushed to their breaking point first, at least in terms of the money. As you said, such a crucial time for Entropiq to win a round. And as much as Nemiga have done well on some aggressive plays and some fast plays, this is a round where the early aggression doesn't work for them. And now, on the CT side, do you have the same sorts of options for aggression to win this sort of round? Especially when you're unlikely to be able to invest too much. I don't think we're going to see the pistols. I don't think we're going to see any nades. It's just going to be that one saved rifle.
Box getting aggressive towards outside, peering over the top of the red container. Looking down and behind all the boxes that lie in front of him. He is at one with the box, Alex. He is the box.
Oh.
And he is indeed a lethal box. It is that top hunt, you know? You just never really know what's in front of you. And here we go, an attack out into the A side. He's going to force out one headshot, but Lollipop fighting back. Another kill from Lollipop on the USP of all things. Finally dealt with. Nickelback trying to find kills in heaven, and now he's the last player. Somehow, this has turned into a winnable situation for Nemiga. Nickelback's low in HP as well, so Disbalance can win this round. But Nickelback, he's been fantastic in the series, but can he win the important one? Can he find the round here to give Entropiq 14 and survive the nightmare that has been on the USPs of Nemiga?
He's trying to wait for Disbalance to make the move, but without the bomb plant, Disbalance doesn't need to do that. He can just sit and wait. That's exactly what he's doing right now.
He's got good timing. Got a very good timing to get behind that box, Alex. Back is watching that, now he peeks out. Low HP on Nickelback as well, but he's dealt out good damage on the audience. Balance and he wins the round. Oh, Alex, that round could have went either way.
Sums up this game, really. There have not been many easy rounds, not really been any easy rounds throughout Nuke. It's been so hotly contested. Got to give a huge amount of props to Lollipop for doing so much with just that USP. But now it's time for Nemiga to get the proper buy together for themselves. Show us what they can do with the rifles. Big round here.
Massive round with massive consequences for both teams. Nemiga lose this, it's likely done. They're spamming in towards outside smoke. Jo has dropped down into the vent and he's aware of the secret play confirmed by the message. The MAC-10 just dies around the corner. The kill comes in for Nickelback, and that has opened things up. The man advantage on the T side of Entropiq.
MDS trying to create something here, but his teammates are falling around him, and Alien's aware of the possibility of the play in the midst of the smoke. Lollipop eventually gets the first frag of the round for Nemiga, but it may have come way too late. He is rotating down to B, but Lollipop probably needs a multi-kill right here.
Yeah, it's definitely looking likely that he has to pop off and overperform from the position. He might be able to get it if he gets up into the window room as that smoke fades away. If he can catch it there, actually, with the smoke out, that would be better, but they're looking for him. Lollipop bombarded with bullets, and he goes down a Crad. To the door in the smoke, Lollipop lies, and his eye disbalance. There's nothing he can do here. Organ hand, save call, happy to come in. 15 rounds for Entropiq, match and series point. One more round and they've made it to the main event.
Looking good for them. It has been a topsy-turvy game between these two, but this round goes the way of Entropiq. Midas Balance seems to have dodged all the players that were running him down. Even gonna go for a fight and not get the kill. Oh no, how does he not get that one? I can't even blame him for pulling the trigger. He probably should just spray to the body and get away with his gun back round the corner, but he waits so long to get the kill. And yet again, it's Nickelback who opens up the round for his team. So many impact frags from him throughout the series, and those two may have put Entropiq in the position they were looking for. 15-12 up, bad buy for Nemiga. It all rests on this.
One round between Entropiq and the main event spot. Nemiga looking to try and put a stop to that. The comeback here on Nuke. I've seen easier things, Alex, that's for sure. Especially with what they've got in play in this one. 3 MP9s, a UMP, and a FAMAS in play. Scrap together what they can, but will it be enough? Entropiq currently setting up outside of the A side again. Alien with the door wide open. Smoke dropping down in front of him. That should slow play for a little while longer. And in fact, they look like they're going to walk in towards the ramp room and challenge down MDS. Oh, he's hit someone with that molly.
Yes, decides he has to drop, but Midas Balance comes over and plugs the gap. Early kill with the FAMAS at the cost of losing ramp control. Crad's up close. They're setting up this flashbang round the corner. Crad will go, but there's no one in hell. Nemiga with the man advantage, not giving away any unnecessary fights.
No one wants to be the player that gives anything up in this one for either side. And now he's walk away. Good utility usage, good utility left here in the final few moments. For a buy that barely had anything, it's good to have an Incendiary still left for the final seconds, but here comes the attack, trying to jump down into the vent. They're diving down into B, but Box is ready for them. He stopped them for the meantime, but there's just enough time to get onto the site. They have to start planning. J.O.'s come in with a kill on Ellie and Forster, not getting to the site. J.O. stops it all. It's a 13th round for Nemiga. They will survive on Nuke.
Good patience from Nemiga too, realizing Entropiq were the ones that would have to make the move, that had the advantage in the round. They had the weapons in their favor, but once Nemiga get the early kill, They're just content to sit back and they're content to go ahead and play that clock. And Entropiq decide it's time for them to take a tactical timeout because that was their easiest chance at closing this out in regulation. Now they're going to be facing at least one gun round, maybe two if they lose this one.
Pretty incredible that we've once again come to this point where it could go either way, Alex. It's been such a great battle between these two teams, and we're only in the close qualifier of the StarLadder RMR. And that just proves how good and close the CIS region is, because Entropiq, you know, they're not even near the top echelon of the top 5 of the teams here in contention in the main event either, but the fact that they're getting battled up against by Nemiga this close, and maybe even having to really dig deep to try and get that spot in the main event in this first run of things proves that there's just so many good teams in this area of play now. Round 29. It's a slow burner. Entropiq know that they win this round, they're through, but the issue is they lose this round, their money's gone down to limited weaponry, and we're into the last round of regulation and overtime's looming, so a lot on the line in round 29. And as the outside walk comes in from Entropiq, they'll get players into good positions. Lackey was even dancing with fire, playing on the edge of these smokes and getting his way into garage. He'll be a prone to the approach in the late round, but they've got players down into B.
.47 seconds. Yet again, that time becomes a factor for Entropiq, especially with Nemiga oftentimes staying composed in these late round scenarios. They're setting up for this B play. Only the UMP for MDS, but he's been so good with this weapon so far. Might be a harder spot for it this time, though.
20 seconds. That's all they have left here in Entropiq. They've got to go. MDS somehow gets hard cleared by Forrester, and now the play into B begins. Inside this battle, searching for a victim, but nothing presented. In fact, a bullet to the brain, and Lackey following up. It is done in style. And now Box and Lollipop trying their best to pull what they can back. But it is likely to end in failure and defeat, as Entropiq are clean, they're clinical in the final few moments of the attack in the B site. They will find themselves a spot in the main event. They will find themselves a chance to battle back and try and get into the top 5. Here at the StarLadder RMR, they are so close to making it to the major, and they've got a chance now to battle back against some of the best teams in the world, not just the CIS region, but in the entire world now, Alex, as they move through to the main event.
Yeah, and we saw their players step up at the end there, which I think we needed to. You know, sometimes if you do kind of run out of ideas or you're having a tough game, look, it is just going to come down to get into a position where you can push a site together, hit some early headshots, and sometimes the best teams in the world have to rely upon that. So seeing Entropiq come through with it at the end there, I don't think that's a negative. I think that's a good thing that they were able to come through and do that. Really, really impressed by Nemiga here, though. I wasn't entirely sure what to expect from them. I know that IDIS Balance is a good AWPer. I know they've got some great players, but just a really, really close run thing. They had a bunch of rounds. They had that string of rounds there where it looked like they were taking over, but Entropiq are a very tough team to take all the way over the line.
It also just looks like Nemiga are going to be the team that goes through in that decider matchup. I feel like just that performance enough has given me enough confidence to say they should be the team making it through that decider matchup and getting a spot in the main event. But we've got another team we've got to figure out who are going to be moving through, and of course that has to be another upper bracket winners matchup. That's going to be the Group B, and of course we take a look at Forwards versus K23, and that's coming up after the break. You don't want to go anywhere. We'll find out who the next team moving through to the main event is very, very shortly.